Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Sarah Wong. Our top stories tonight. COVID deaths in Hong Kong hit a record 249. Russia steps up bombardment in a bid to seize the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. And the Hang Seng Index falls below 20,000 points to a fresh 6-year low. Hong Kong's recorded nearly 27,000 COVID cases today, about 5,000 lower than yesterday. But new deaths were the highest so far in the current wave. Macy Mock reports.
Health officials had more gloomy statistics today. The city's death toll in the fifth COVID wave passed 4,000 to reach 4,066. There were 249 additional deaths and a backlog of 37.
What we aim in our future is how to prevent the patients turning from mild case to serious, as well as from serious to death. This is our aim in treating our patient. We'll triage the needy patient to go into the hospital. At the same time, we also expand our facilities in treating the patient.
6 more designated clinics open tomorrow to treat COVID-positive patients with minor symptoms, taking the number of such clinics to 23. They will be able to cater to more than 4,300 people daily. Each designated clinic will also launch an additional hotline for high-risk patients to make a booking. They include people aged 70 or above, children aged 5 or under, women who are at least 28 weeks pregnant, and those with weak immune systems. Hong Kong today recorded 26,908 COVID cases, all of them locally transmitted. They comprise 12,040 who tested positive from PCR tests and 14,868 detected through rapid antigen tests. Maisie Mock, HKIBC.
More medical personnel from the mainland are arriving to help Hong Kong battle the fifth wave. The chief executive also said the city has purchased enough oral medication to help reduce COVID deaths and hospital admissions. Chloe Feng reports.
At her daily press briefing, Carrie Lam said the government has bought enough oral anti-COVID medication to help reduce the death rate and severe cases. The first batch of Paxlovid pills from Pfizer was due today, with more arriving in coming months. A shipment of another drug, Molnupiravir, from MSD has been delivered in full and is being used in hospitals. They will first be administered to patients aged 70 and over, and unvaccinated people who contracted COVID but have mild symptoms. The Pfizer pill for those aged 12 and over is expected to reduce the hospitalization and death rates by 90%. It is also suitable for pregnant women, but not those who suffered liver or kidney failure. The MSD tablet, on the other hand, is for those who are 18 or older. It is safe for patients with kidney failure, but not suitable for pregnant women. It can cut hospitalization and death rate by 30%. Lam did not disclose the price for the two pills, which can have different side effects. The chief executive also said more mainland medical workers will arrive. 75 doctors and nurses arrived today, with another 300 later this week. Tony Cole, the chief executive of the hospital authority, said most of them will be treating elderly patients at Asia World Expo. He dismissed concerns about language problems or work systems. So far, Hong Kong has managed to hire only 120 mainland carers for the elderly, far short of its goal of 1,000. Chloe Fong, HKIBC.
The authorities on the mainland have stepped up efforts to stop COVID from spreading. These include a lockdown of Shenzhen, the sprawling city on Hong Kong's border. Johanna Chen reports.
It was the morning rush hour, but the usually bustling streets in the Shajing sub-district of Bao'an were relatively empty. Shenzhen was locked down and public transport services suspended as the tech hub bordering Hong Kong went all out to contain a COVID outbreak. Most shops were closed and the city's 17 million residents were ordered to stay home. Supermarkets and pharmacies remain open for those in need, but a COVID test from the past 24 hours is required to enter markets. Foxconn and Unimicron, which supply components to U.S. iPhone maker Apple, halted production. Security guards in residential districts checked health codes of those entering and leaving. 3 rounds of tests will be held, and the anti-COVID arrangements will be enforced until Sunday. Shenzhen logged 75 cases yesterday out of 79 infections in Guangdong. Across the mainland, locally transmitted cases dropped by a few hundred from Saturday to 1,337 yesterday, but officials remain on guard. The majority, 895 cases, were detected in the northeastern province of Jilin, and more temporary hospitals are being built. Shanghai logged 41 cases. There are reports of an outbreak at a hospital where staff struggled with a shortage of protective gear. Johanna Chan, HKIBC.
In other news, thousands of people were shocked in the wee hours of this morning by the impact of a minor earthquake less than 100 kilometers away from Hong Kong. A record number of people alerted the observatory to say they felt some shaking for a few seconds. Joanna Ho reports.
A camera in a Hong Kong resident's home shook vigorously the moment the earthquake was felt locally at around 2:30 a.m. Other videos showed home appliances such as computer monitors rattling. The observatory received more than 10,000 reports from people who felt the rumbling. It was the highest number since 1979. This woman said she felt a strong shaking when she was about to sleep. She was so worried that she woke up her 80-year-old mother. This woman wondered whether she had been dreaming when her bed trembled. She expected the government to send out an alert message to assure citizens. The observatory said the earthquake happened near Daya Bay, with the epicenter 92 kilometers northeast of Hong Kong. The 4.1 magnitude tremor in Huidong County in Guangdong was considered to be a shallow one. The quake occurred near the Daya Bay nuclear power plant, but the observatory said the radiation level in Hong Kong remained normal. Joanna Ho, HKIBC.
Peace talks between Russia and Ukraine have resumed on an optimistic note, although fighting has intensified. In the latest push to capture the capital, Kyiv, Russia launched a deadly airstrike on the residential block. Black smoke and red flames engulfed a residential building in Kyiv as Russian forces bent on bringing the Ukrainian capital to its knees stepped up their bombardment. Emergency workers rushed to douse the flames and search for survivors, but it was too late for at least 2 people. Ukraine said Russian shelling also hit an aircraft in a key cargo airport in northern Kyiv. This came after Moscow rained down dozens of missiles on a military base in western Ukraine, killing and injuring dozens of people. Russia said it wanted to eliminate what it called foreign mercenaries at the base, which trained Ukrainians in the use of Western-made weapons. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who toured an army hospital to boost morale, continued to press for stronger action against the Kremlin ahead of fresh negotiations. Both sides acknowledged that constructive exchanges over the weekend have paved the way for progress. But with no immediate truce in sight, civilians are in growing danger of getting caught in crossfire. American journalist Brent Reynolds became the first foreign reporter to be killed while covering the conflict in Irpin. Around 10,000 people are believed to be stranded in Irpin, a small town northwest of Kyiv, while tens of thousands are still trapped in the southern port of Mariupol. Aid workers have deplored the situation as apocalyptic and demanded access for deliveries to people whose lives have been devastated. China's top diplomat Yang Jiechi is meeting U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in Rome. The talks come amid U.S. claims that Russia asked China for military and economic help to counter Western sanctions. Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian accused Washington of spreading disinformation and reiterated Beijing's calls for peace. Zhao also took a swipe at Taiwan, which has been described by Moscow as unfriendly, saying it will be the island's fault if it is sanctioned by Russia. The Hang Seng Index plummeted to a fresh 6-year low today as China imposed COVID lockdowns and rumors hit the market. Tech titans led the retreat, which saw the benchmark falling below 20,000 points. Rumors and potential regulatory violations also contributed to the record loss in tech-related stocks. Chloe Fang reports.
Lockdowns in the tech city of Shenzhen and in the northern province of Jilin made Hong Kong investors jittery. The Hang Seng Index plunged 5% to 19,531, its lowest close since March 2016. The tech index lost 11% to hit a record low. Tech giants led the rout, with video-sharing website Bilibili diving nearly 20%. Delivery platform Meituan lost 16.8%. While e-commerce heavyweight JD.com dropped almost 15%. Rumors that some top tech firms are cutting staff were also blamed for the retreat. Alibaba gave up 10.9%, while Shenzhen-based Tencent fell almost 10%. Tencent is said to be facing a hefty fine as its WeChat Pay app reportedly breached some central bank regulations. A threat by the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission to delist mainland firms which do not release accounts that meet American standards was another factor unnerving the market. Country Garden dropped 90% amid rumors that the mainland developer is seeking onshore and offshore financing, even though the company denied the news. Chloe Fong, HKIBC.
Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed down 1,022 points. Top 10 active stocks: Tencent down $36, Meituan down $22.80, and Tracker Fund down $1. JD.com down $31.20, Hong Kong Exchanges down $13.20, and AIA up 30 cents. Forex trading against Hong Kong dollar, Euro is trading at 8.57, British pound at 10.21, and Australian dollar at 5.67. Over to the UK market, FTSE 100 is up 18 points. Diplomatic efforts to end the conflict in Ukraine have led to a decline in oil prices. Brent crude and West Texas Intermediate both fell below $110 a barrel. They jumped 40% after Russia invaded Ukraine, with Brent touching $140 at one stage. Markets were afraid of a supply shortage after Washington banned Russian oil imports. On to the weather now. Tomorrow will be a humid day with coastal fog in the morning. Temperatures range between 21 and 28 degrees, mainly cloudy with some rain on Wednesday and Thursday. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for Monday. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Sarah Wong. Take care and good night.